Hello there, it's me again, Sapphire Moonbeam, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I'm going to be doing a general reading on the collective energies, and two cards already popped out for us. I'm going to pick a couple of cards first. Oop, there's a third one. And then I'm going to talk about the description of the cards and how I believe they relate to each other. Now, since this is a general reading, there's going to be some things that apply to you. Not everything, of course. But I believe that whenever you feel called to open this video, there's going to be messages here that are meaningful for you. So I'm going to just pick one more. I usually just pick three, but for some reason I feel like I need to get a fourth one. And I'm going to place it underneath that middle card. This is a Lenormand deck. Oops. And I really like Lenormand cards, and I'm probably also going to add in a couple of... this one popped out too. I'm going to add a couple of Oracle cards at the end. So let me move this a little bit here so you can see the cards a little bit better. The very first card that we drew is the Lily. You know, I'm going to pick one more card just so we have six. Make it nice and even and see how the rest of the cards relate to each other. Just gonna have one more card pop out for us here for this reading. For the collective energies and for the highest good of everyone involved. One more, please. Sometimes the cards don't want to pop out, but it's a lot of fun to see which one flies and flops out. Oh, had too many come out that time, but there's one predominant one, so I'm gonna use it. So the very first card is the card that's about lilies, and the lilies card has a number 30 on the upper left and a king on the bottom right. It not only has the beautiful flowers, but it also looks like it's got a stained glass image right behind it. It's kind of like a mirrored effect. The lilies represent calm and peace and serenity. They bring wisdom and experience. They can represent a relationship, a long-term relationship, whether it's friendship or a love interest. And they can also represent ancestry and your ancestors. The lilies are all about peace, contentment, and satisfaction. Now the birds card in this deck is, there's one that's birds and there's one that's the owls, as it shows here. The owls card is all about communication, and it could be any type of communication. It could be a phone call, it could be a text, it could be an email, it could be a negotiation of some type, it could be a meeting, it could be definitely at least two people, since there's two birds here. It can indicate a couple, but it could also indicate a friendship, maybe someone getting in touch with you again. There's a number 12 at the upper left and a 7 at the bottom right. But the owls definitely urge you to listen to the wisdom of your elders or what some of your friends may have to say. It's definitely all about communication and wisdom. This next card is the park. And there's a beautiful gazebo in glass. There's gorgeous flowers. There's what looks like a white peacock and other beautiful birds nearby. There's angels on each side of that staircase area. The park is about going to a party, a concert, possibly even a business meeting. It's going outside around public events or crowds of some type, and it's also obviously a return to nature. So with the first three cards so far, it looks like there's a peace and a contentment and satisfaction and a possible new relationship, and there's going to be some communication soon, and you're going to meet. You're going to meet up at a park or outdoors somewhere. It's always a good idea to get back out in nature, but this is a beautiful sign. It could just be a friendship. It doesn't have to be a love interest. Only you know for sure what this means to you. This card is the Labyrinth, and having it right underneath the communication card is a little tricky because, as you can see, there's people walking around the labyrinth, and there's a lady sitting in the middle underneath a gazebo. There's a number 43 in the upper left and all four suits in the bottom right. It says when you think you've done everything you can, you hit a wall and you have to start again. The labyrinth will keep you going through trial and error. There are no shortcuts to success. The labyrinth card directs you to retrace your steps if necessary and take a different route. So there's just simply no direct path to where you want to go. And with this being underneath the card about communication and couples of some sort, it may not be as swift and wise in the beginning. It may take a little while for the communication to start flowing, but I do believe after trial and error that you will get to that meeting place in the middle, which is also reflective of the gazebo here in the park card. Now, this Egyptian card has Anubis on it. Anubis is the king of the dead, or the god of the dead is what I meant to say. There's also a sarcophagus, an Egyptian coffin right there, and number 8 on the upper left. Anubis holds the Ankh in the right hand and a beautiful golden staff in the left. There's a number 9 on the bottom. The coffin is about a transition. It could represent a painful ending. However, any time that there's a card that represents an ending, it also represents the transition into a new beginning. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. And there's the wings of Goddess Isis underneath to support the transition and the challenging time of change. So it's not really a bad thing. Whatever is coming in that's bringing the peace, contentment, and satisfaction, and the communication, and the meeting in the park, even though it's going to take a little while to get there, it's definitely something that's new, and it's a new thing coming in. So the very last card here is the Sun. And the Sun is success. It's got a 31 in the upper left and an ace of diamonds in the bottom right. To me, an ace always represents a brand new beginning. So this is a really, really good card. The Sun card is about helping boost your confidence and your courage. It brings you victory, and the sun shines and everything under its light grows. So even though it is underneath this Lily's card, it's obviously accentuating the peace and the contentment and the relationship to come. Hopefully it's not making those hedges in that labyrinth grow any taller. Because the people that are walking around here, they need to keep trying, and they're gonna get there because there's success right here, and there's a new beginning and a transition. But definitely keep trying and keep making efforts for communication for whatever's going on in your life right now. So I'm going to wrap it up with at least one oracle card from my Moonbeam Magick oracle card deck. This is my self-published deck. I have 46 cards in this deck that I painted. I did paintings by hand, and I also created a guidebook. And here is the guidebook. If you go to my website at sapphiremoonbeam.com, you can find out about my art and my jewelry and my oracle card deck. There's also a blog there that you can read up on. You can subscribe to updates. If you want to just get the deck, you can go to moonbeammagick.com. I'm sorry, moonbeammagickdeck.com. So those two words, and put the word D-E-C-K after it.com. I'll have a link in the comments, in the description section of this video. So I'm just going to pick one from this deck to see kind of a final message to think about. So it's the Sea Peace card. I'll place that right there in the middle. It's the number 34. And the Sea Peace card, when you find peace within yourself, you will recognize it more outside of you. Stop and take a deep breath. Breathe peace into your heart and breathe peace out from your heart. Practice being aware of the breath. It will help you be mindful of the perfect present moment. Be peace, see peace. The affirmation is, I will breathe peace into my heart. I am peaceful. So this kind of goes with the card that we got in the very, very beginning with the lilies, the peace, the contentment, the satisfaction of things to come. And I also think that having it close to this labyrinth card, take a deep breath, start again. If you didn't get there the first time, don't give up, keep trying, keep walking around. You're gonna find that you're gonna get to that goal eventually. And the Sun card is right next to that, so that's all about victory and success. And I hope that this reading helped you in some way, and I hope that if you don't already, you will like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I really appreciate you joining me. Have a really wonderful night.